everyone. Welcome back to Speak English Fluently. I'm Emma, and as always, I'm here with James.
Hello, everyone. It's great to have you here. Today's topic is something that every English learner struggles with at some point: consistency.
Yes, so many people start strong, full of motivation. But after a few days or weeks, they lose focus. They skip practice, they stop listening, and suddenly they feel like they're starting from zero again.
Exactly. And it's not because they're lazy or not smart enough. It's because staying consistent is actually harder than starting.
So true. That's why today we'll explore the secret behind consistency, why it matters, and how to stay on track even when life gets busy or motivation disappears.
That's right. And by the end of this episode, we want you to have a clear, calm, and confident mindset, ready to stay steady with your English every day.
So let's start with the truth. Consistency doesn't mean doing a lot every day. It means doing something every day.
Yes, people think they need to study for hours, but actually, short, regular practice is much more powerful.
Right. 10 focused minutes every day beats 2 hours once a week.
Exactly. It's like watering a plant. If you water it a little every day, it grows strong. But if you pour a bucket once a month, it struggles.
That's such a great image. English is like that plant. It needs regular attention, not bursts of effort.
And you don't have to be perfect. You just need to show up.
That's the real key, showing up even when you don't feel like it. Because consistency is built on commitment, not motivation.
Yes, motivation is emotional. It comes and goes. But commitment is a decision.
Exactly. Motivation asks, do I feel like it? But commitment says, I'll do it anyway.
That's the mindset of consistent learners. They don't wait for the perfect mood. They just do small steps daily.
And over time, those small steps turn into huge progress.
It's amazing how much difference 5 or 10 minutes a day can make after a few months.
Yes, so many of our listeners tell us, I finally started understanding English movies, or I can talk more naturally just because they practiced regularly.
Right. They didn't change everything. They just stayed consistent.
So the first lesson today, small actions, big results, if you stay steady.
Now, let's talk about why consistency is so powerful.
Yes, I think consistency helps you build something called momentum. Once you start doing something every day, it becomes easier.
Exactly. In the beginning, you need effort. But after a few weeks, it becomes automatic, like brushing your teeth.
That's so true. When learning becomes a routine, your brain doesn't argue anymore. It just does it.
And that's when you start learning faster. Because you stop wasting energy on deciding and start using it on improving.
Exactly. That's why we call this episode The Secret of Consistency. Once you make English part of your daily life, progress becomes effortless.
Yes, but here's the challenge. How do you keep going when you're tired, busy, or unmotivated?
Good question. I think the answer is make it easy to win.
I love that. What do you mean by that, Emma?
Well, people often make their goals too big. For example, I'll read a whole book this week, but that's too heavy. Instead, make a goal so small you can't fail. Like, I'll read 1 page today.
That's brilliant. It removes the pressure. And once you start reading 1 page, you often end up reading more anyway.
Exactly. The hardest part is starting. Once you begin, it's easier to continue.
That's why consistent learners focus on starting small, but starting every day.
Yes, and they also remove excuses. They plan when and where they'll study, even if it's just 10 minutes in the morning.
That's a great point. If you leave it for when I have time, you'll never do it.
Exactly. You must create time, not wait for it.
And it doesn't always have to be study time. Listening to English podcasts while walking or cooking counts too.
Yes, that's the beauty of consistency. It's flexible. It fits your life.
Right. You don't have to study hard. Just stay connected to English every day.
That's the second lesson. Consistency means connection, not perfection.
Beautifully said. So many people think they need perfect grammar to practice, but that mindset stops them.
Exactly. The moment you think, I'm not good enough to speak, you break your consistency.
Yes, but if you relax and focus on progress, you'll enjoy the journey more.
And that joy becomes energy, the kind that keeps you consistent naturally.
Right. When learning feels good, you don't have to push yourself. You're pulled by your own excitement.
So true. That's why one of the best strategies is to make learning enjoyable. Use shows, songs, and podcasts you love.
Yes, when you love the process, consistency becomes automatic.
Exactly. You don't need discipline when something is fun. You just keep doing it because it feels right.
That's a great reminder. So if you're listening right now, ask yourself, what do I enjoy in English? And make that your routine.
Yes, maybe it's a short YouTube video, a podcast, or chatting with a friend. Anything that makes you use English in a relaxed way.
Now let's talk about what to do when you do miss a day, because it happens to everyone.
Oh, yes. I always tell learners, missing a day is not failure. It's feedback.
That's powerful. Failure only happens when you quit. Missing a day is just a pause.
Exactly. You can always restart. The key is to restart quickly, not perfectly.
Yes, restarting the next day keeps your consistency alive.
I like to call it the 2-day rule. Never miss 2 days in a row.
That's great! Missing 1 day happens, but missing 2 days builds a new habit of stopping.
Exactly. So just return quickly and keep the chain going.
And don't punish yourself. Learn from it and move on.
Because guilt doesn't build consistency, kindness does.
That's so true. You have to treat yourself like a good coach, not a critic.
Yes, encourage yourself with, I'll do better tomorrow, instead of, I failed again.
Positive self-talk makes a huge difference.
It does, because the truth is, consistency isn't about time, it's about identity. Once more, it does, because the truth is, consistency isn't about time, it's about identity.
That's deep. What do you mean?
Well, when you see yourself as someone who learns English every day, it becomes part of who you are. You no longer ask, should I practice? You just do it, because it's what you do.
That's brilliant. Your identity controls your behavior.
Exactly. So instead of saying, I'm trying to learn English, start saying, I'm an English learner.
That single sentence changes everything. It's not about willpower anymore. It's about being.
Yes, and that's how consistency becomes effortless. It's part of your daily rhythm.
Emma, do you think consistency is more about discipline or emotion?
Interesting question. I think it's both. Discipline keeps you going, but emotion gives meaning.
That's a good point. Without emotion, discipline feels heavy. Without discipline, emotion fades fast.
Exactly. The balance between the two keeps you steady and inspired.
So, in short, make it small, make it fun, and make it part of who you are.
Perfect summary. That's the true secret of consistency.
And one more thing, track your progress. Even small wins deserve recognition.
Yes. Keep a notebook or an app to mark your learning days. Seeing your streak gives motivation.
And it builds pride because you can see your effort adding up.
Exactly. Progress that's visible feels real, and that's what keeps you on track.
So for everyone listening, don't worry about speed. Focus on showing up.
And soon you'll realize you've already gone much farther than you thought.
Consistency doesn't just build skills, it builds confidence.
Yes, because when you're consistent, you start trusting yourself.
And that trust is the foundation of success in anything, not just English.
Exactly. That's why learning a language teaches more than words. It teaches character.
I love that. English becomes a mirror. It shows how you handle challenges and growth.
Yes, every time you stay consistent, you're proving to yourself that you can do hard things.
And that's powerful, because once you build consistency here, you can apply it anywhere in life.
That's so true. Consistency in learning English can lead to consistency in health, career, and even relationships.
It's all connected. Success loves routine.
Yes, and routine gives peace. It's structure that makes space for freedom.
Beautifully said. You don't have to control everything, just the daily habit.
Exactly. Let English be your anchor, something small you do that reminds you of progress.
And if you ever lose balance, come back to that one habit.
That's how consistency keeps you grounded.
Emma, this has been such a deep and refreshing conversation.
I agree. I hope everyone listening feels inspired, not to be perfect, but to be present every day.
Because progress comes from presence, one moment at a time.
Exactly. So before we close, let's leave everyone with one simple message. Small steps, big change.
Yes, consistency turns effort into excellence.
So, take a deep breath, smile, and promise yourself, I'll show up again tomorrow.
That's the real win. You don't have to do more. You just have to keep going.
And with that, we'll wrap up today's episode.
If you enjoyed this talk, don't forget to like, share, and follow Speak English Fluently for more calm, inspiring conversations like this one.
We're here to remind you, fluency is not about speed. It's about staying steady.
Exactly. So keep learning, keep speaking, and keep believing in your journey.
This is Emma.
And James,
Stay consistent, stay confident, and keep speaking English fluently.